What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Tom and Joey Entertainment, a.k.a. TJENT. This is Straight Gamin' with your boys Tom and Joey. I am one of your hosts, Joey Prokes, alongside my partner in prime,
Nice.
Tom Hazelwood. Tom, how are you doing?
I am doing okay in the PM, of today. I'm good.
Nice.
Yep.
How was your dinner with your mom?
It's good.
Was it good?
We ate food. It was good.
Food?
Yep.
Went to Bubba's?
Bubba's, yeah. My spot.
Did you get the Bubba Burger?
Oh, I did this time. I haven't had that in actually a pretty long time.
Really?
So, yeah.
What'd you get last time we went there?
Some wrap.
Oh, that's
the wraps
right.
are pretty good.
Yeah, and we get those sweet tater tots. Sweet potato
dude,
tots.
every time I go there, they're good.
Yeah.
Or I get them, and they're delicious, and I eat too many of them.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Hey.
Whatever.
Rather eat too many than not enough, right? Isn't that how the phrase goes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. This is Straight Gamin' every single Monday here on youtube.com/TJENT at noon Eastern time. We talk about nothing but video games. And this is our brand new segment. This is episode 2 of Straight Gamin'. And it's we kind of got we finalized kind of like a routine that we're going to be doing every single week. So we're going to start out with what we're currently playing. That's going to be an every week topic. And if you want to tell us what you're playing and get yourself on the show, go to patreon.com/TJENT and donate $1, $2, $5, or $10. You can get other sick rewards too.
There's other stuff there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But if you want to get and donate any amount of money and post on the wall what you're currently playing, you'll get yourself on the show. And we would like to know because
we'll play it.
Yeah. Everybody plays so many different games. Everybody's got so many different tastes and different genres. I definitely want to know some more.
Unless we don't have that system. And
correct. Well, we have.
That'd be tough.
We have all three.
Right, but you never know.
Yeah,
maybe
true.
people have Sega Genesis.
Yeah, maybe it's on like that new Atari one that they're trying to push out.
Or something.
There's
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to get on the show and let us know what you're playing, like I said, we'd love to know and talk about it. So after we talk about what we're currently playing, we're going to go into the gaming stories of the week. And these could range from a variety of issues. They're usually going to be stuff that maybe not in particular with like a certain game, but more just general big-time stories or bigger stories.
Let's create noise.
Yeah, in the video game industry, just kind of more of a general topic. But it's going to give us the ability to talk about lots of different stuff every week. So we might not have a consistent amount of stories. Like today we have 3. Someday we might have 2, or some days we might have 8 topics to talk about.
But we'll suffice.
Yes, absolutely. And then lastly, we're going to have a topic of the show, and that is what can be completely random. And the topic of the show today, you're going to find out, but it has to do with us being mad at Destiny 2.
Yes, we're going to take a big old shit all over Destiny.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be some ranting. It's going to get nice, hot, and heated up here. So without further ado, let's swan dive into episode 2 of Straight Gamin'. Tom. Well, actually, I'll go first because I think what you've been playing is kind of like a joint of what we've both been playing.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll go first. I've been kind of back on the PUBG train. I got into PUBG about 2 weeks ago, or I'd say Connor Garland, friend of the show, Patreon supporter, shout out. Tanner, another Patreon supporter, got me into it initially, but it's on PC only as of right now, which has got me pumped because I just realized today for some reason, even though I've known this, I just maybe realized the fact of how awesome it's going to be when it comes out for Xbox. Because although I love PUBG, if you don't know the acronym, it's PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. That's what the game I'm talking about. I love the concept. I love that we all know how I love stealth games. And the whole idea of just launching, I mean, you can play duos, 3 and groups of 4, but I've played mostly solo up to this point. And just the idea of parachuting out and literally you against 96 other people in this gigantic map. No one starts with anything. All you got to do is start out with a parachute and you go to a certain location and hope for the best. But it's definitely an awesome game. I love it. It's definitely one of the biggest games. Like, it's taken the game industry and the gaming community by absolute storm. Yeah. I saw a report yesterday that it broke a record for the most concurrent players at one time. 975,000 players.
That's ridiculous.
Playing at the same time.
Yeah, that does happen when you have game sizes of 96 people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still, don't get me wrong, that's still a shit ton.
It's bad shit.
But there is something to be said that when you have these huge lobbies, but also the games last forever.
Yeah.
Or they can.
Well, they can. I mean, yeah, you can die, and the sweet thing is that if you, let's say you drop in and you get killed within the first 5 minutes and there's still 70 people left.
Just jump in a new game.
Yeah. You just exit the lobby. It takes you there. It takes about 10 seconds to get back to the lobby, and then you jump right into a game, and it takes you about 10 seconds to join a game. So their whole system and their whole algorithm for getting people in and out of games and just the whole concept behind it is so
How much
cool.
was it?
$30.
Yeah, I was gonna say it had to be cheaper. It's kind of like Rocket League. Rocket League similarly just kind of came out of nowhere with the simplest of all concepts.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everyone just starts playing it. It's really not, I don't know. Like the gaming world isn't really that hard to shock because you just make a simple game, make it affordable, and just make it fun.
The $30, I feel like, I mean, it's only on PC right now, and that's what I was talking about earlier. When they do put it to the Xbox, the user's just going to skyrocket again.
Yeah.
Because people want an excuse to play it, and especially for me, because no matter how hard I try, how many rounds I've played PUBG, and I've told you last 2 days ago, I played 3 games, 2 of which I made it to the top 3, and then died. First time I died by being outside of the barrier.
Which is sick.
When I was strapped as fuck with an SKS and a SCAR, just absolutely balling out with like 3 medkits, and then I looked up at the map and the blue circle was shrinking, and then I was literally like running to it in slow motion, just reaching for it and screaming, no! Quick, and then I died.
Quick little aside. So anyone that doesn't know, basically the premise of the game is there are 96 people. You parachute into this map, and you just have to survive. But this blue shield he's talking about is literally like a boundary that every so often just comes in and shortens the battlefield. Otherwise, it would literally last forever.
Yeah, it would never end.
So that's how. So basically, it's free for all. So you kill anyone whenever, and you just try to be the last one surviving. So when he says like barrier, it's a literal barrier that just comes in and just shrinks you. But if you're outside of it, you die.
Yeah. I mean, it eventually wears your life down. Like at first, the first shrinkage of the map, it negates your life by just like a small amount, but like I said, I made it to the final 3, and when that shield comes in, that shit's taking you down in like 5 shots. So it makes it for really tough, but it makes it for an interesting game because I remember playing it for the first few times, and I didn't know you could get vehicles or like how easy it was to obtain vehicles. And I remember dying like 4 or 5 times in a row outside the barrier, and I texted Connor, I was like, dude, what the fuck? How am I supposed to know where the barrier is? He's like, dude, click M. And I was like, oh, okay. And it just shows you the big map. There's the big white circle, and I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. So yeah, I mean, it's a blast. It's gotten enough attention as it is, and it's a hot enough game as it is on the market for a reason. I mean, it's a lot of fun, like we were talking about. It gets you in and out of games very quickly.
It's simple. Yeah,
it's a simple concept, and it really is. I mean, it's one of the most popular games on Twitch right now, and at times during the day, it spikes like to the point where it's even over like Dota 2 and Overwatch and like League of Legends and stuff, which is unheard of. Usually, every time I go on Twitch and click the browse, it's always like Dota 2 or League of Legends always number 1 at like 100,000 viewers, and then everything else is at like 20,000. But PUBG is up in 90K, 100K all the time.
It's pretty. I mean, it's a funny game to watch, that's for sure.
Dude, I just have it on at work. I just have a couple Twitch streamers that are really good and they're really entertaining to watch, and like I just have it on at work while I'm doing all my stuff, and it's just like it's sweet. It's a sweet game to watch because it's slow enough to the point where obviously you're not
missing anything.
Yeah, well, and you're not watching it intently, and I'm not able to focus on my work. I'm able to
that's like, a better way to put it. Yeah,
do my work and still like watch it from time to time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a fun game to watch. It's a blast to play, and I suck at it right now. I'm really good at surviving and like finding a bunch of stuff,
but killing,
being able to survive. But yeah, as soon as I get into contact with someone, my mouse, I just can't work it. Shooting with a mouse and moving with a keyboard, just spray and pray. And because with how fast you have to be able to crouch, prone, like pull up your inventory, like use a med kit, like reload, switch guns, all the different stuff that you have to do. And I watch all these guys on Twitch, and they do it like just like they have a controller in their hand, but they're using the keyboard and mouse. And I've just not gotten that good at it. And I want to say as more I work at it, I try to play in front of my TV with like my keyboard on my lap and like the mouse out on the side of me instead of like on a desk. And I just don't think I can do that.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Especially with the mouse more than anything. I just can't get my guy to aim around quick enough to the point where I hear a shot and 2 seconds later I'm dead without even having a chance.
Right.
So yeah, I've been playing that, and it's like I said, it's a lot of fun. Not really good at it, and that's when you know that I actually like legitimately like a game is when I continue to struggle. Like I was playing it today.
Still play it,
and I made it to the final 8, and then I ran out into the middle and just got gunned down by behind like in a second, and I was just like,
awesome.
start up another game. Like, I just can't help it. It's just so much. It's addicting for a game that lasts that long, and especially for me because I'm with you. I like games that are faster in repetition.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just that general concept of like the stealth mode, the running around the gigantic map, the unscripted scenes and the unscripted things that I go through, like through each game, are absolutely hilarious.
And I mean, it's just like a new style that we haven't seen before.
True. And it seems weird that we haven't seen it before because
It's
it seems like such a simple concept.
idea. Yeah. I mean, look at Rocket League. If you told someone, "Oh, we're gonna play soccer, but with like
just drive on a bunch of mini cars,
RC cars,
yeah, RC cars,
yeah, sick, dude. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
yeah." And the fact that, especially with PUBG, the fact that you drop into a map and you're not like everyone starts out on an even playing field, and that's why I like Rocket League so much, is because certain cars don't have certain like skill benefits and stuff.
Right.
It's just like customize the car, look how like
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, customize your boosts, whatever you want to do, customize everything, but everyone's on the same playing field, and it makes it for a better game because especially when you want to talk about competitive sports and like esports with video game competitions, and that's a little foreshadowing for a later story of the week. But when you look at competitions like that, games like PUBG, like Rocket League, that are all even, and like in the FIFA championships, I don't know how they even up all the teams.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you have a guy in a FIFA championship
I forgot about that.
They play in like New York for like $1 million, I think. They could play as like Real Madrid and Manchester United, for example, but I think each player on the team is like rated 83.
Yeah.
With like the same stats and stuff.
Because otherwise they'd just be fucking stupid.
Yeah, like you play with certain teams and you'd be better with certain players, and then you'd have like it's like, oh, using Ronaldo, he's cheating, blah blah blah, and you have a ton of that. So it's when games like these put everybody on an even playing field, and you have a multiplayer aspect like PUBG and like Rocket League, especially
you gotta beat me.
Yeah, exactly. And like Rocket League is the potential for that as an esport is tremendous, to the point where, like I said, with PUBG, I can find myself watching it and enjoying it, but seeing guys that are so good at Rocket League and seeing the shit that they could probably pull off would be so much fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's like, if I were to tell myself when I was a kid that you would enjoy watching other people play video games competitively, let alone that it can get to the level that it is at esports. To the point
it's
where
nuts.
Kids are getting college scholarships
to go
play and to go and train and play video games.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny to see like a hype video, like a Rocky type hype video for a gamer or something.
A movie.
Yeah. It'd be so, drink that Mountain Dew, eat that burrito.
I gotta go.
My thumbs hurt. Carpal tunnel. Get that icy hot. Put it on. Yeah, it would just be hilarious. But yeah, PUBG,
Nice.
pretty fun. And I can't wait for it to come out on Xbox. I cannot buy that fast enough. And it comes out this year. They don't have a for sure
really?
date.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's
I was
supposed to be
gonna say, I
later.
didn't know a release date or anything.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be it's going to be in November, most likely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Right
So
for the holidays.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Word.
So what have you been playing?
Destiny. That's
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, we've both been playing Destiny 2. We got it as soon as it came. We were debating on going to the midnight release, but we're about an hour away from the GameStop. And
that didn't happen.
Yeah, and we knew that because we were about to go.
It would be different if we didn't have to download it.
Exactly, and especially a game like Destiny. Well, how long did it?
It really didn't take that long.
No?
It only took like 5-10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I guess we could have gone.
But that was with no one in the house, so no one was on the Wi-Fi.
That's true.
That probably had a lot to do with it because our down speed was nuts.
Yeah, I would imagine. And because we thought we were about to go, and they're like, all right, well, we'll get back at like midnight. And then we were thinking that it would take a lot more than 5 to 10 minutes to install. We were like, we're still probably not going to be able to play this game until tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we just got it the day it came out. But yeah, so what are your initial thoughts?
I mean, it's just like Destiny 1.
Yeah.
The only thing I really noticed, and maybe this is just me not playing Destiny 1 for a while, the graphics look nuts.
Yeah, they look
in
a lot
Destiny
like
2.
pretty improved.
And the cutscenes look. I mean, there was a couple times where it's like, holy fuck.
And I just noticed like the colors on the guns, and like they just like we talk about with PC graphics in general, how everything seems so smooth.
Yeah.
Even though it's on an Xbox, I feel like the gun, the graphics, the movements, especially like the movements in the shooting and the movements of the enemies, I feel like is a lot smoother and not as clunky as Destiny 1 was.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I really like Destiny, and I haven't played enough of it to really, I don't know, find any grip with it. One like small little thing that we both mentioned that I just find weird, and maybe again they did this in Destiny 1 and I don't know. Why doesn't your character have dialogue?
Yeah, because
it makes it so awkward.
Yeah, even if because I feel like that wouldn't even be that hard. So you have 3 different races: the Awoken, human, and then the robot. I forget what Exo.
Exo, yeah.
And you have a male and female of each race. So it's like that's 6 different voices that you could do.
Not that bad,
and you could add so much to the story if the character has dialogue. And it's like it's not like the character not having dialogue is part of like the story, and it doesn't benefit the story. It
just makes cutscenes weird.
Yeah. Yeah, like they like the first scene of the game. Spoilers. I mean, we've only gone through the first like intro mission of the game because we haven't. Well,
I did a few more.
Yeah, you did a few more. I've only gone through the intro mission of the game because I've changed my character's looks 3 separate times.
Yeah,
and decided to change them at the same point after I do like the first couple missions because I'm just indecisive as shit. And well, that's another thing because we've talked about it before. Every game that has a character creation should give you the ability to change your character's
whenever
you want.
Yeah.
And
I don't understand why that matters.
Yeah, again, it's like that doesn't hit the looks of a character and the cosmetics of a character, even if it's changing like the eye color or like in Destiny in particular, the face paint or something. Changing that doesn't affect the story or anything.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, because it's like it seems like it'd be so easy to manage.
Yeah.
And it'd be so easy from our perspective.
Just let us fucking do it.
Yeah, because it's just like if I play the game and up to like the first 2 missions, it's like, oh shit, I better do it now. Because that was my thinking when I changed it twice. I was like, well, I'd rather do it now when I'm level 2 rather than level 18 and be like, well, I kind of wanted to
start
change
over.
it. Yeah, exactly. So we wish it had that ability, but I liked to the point where, especially what they were doing with the story, because they got Destiny 1. Or Destiny Vanilla, as the gaming community likes to call it, but they got a lot of flack for their story and like the lack of like the complexity of the plot and like how in depth it was. But I really liked, and like I said, spoilers. Okay, you had enough time. So the first mission of the game, you like the tower and the Traveler being attacked by the Cabal, and it was really cool. The music, by all means, like is phenomenal. Yeah. Like it reminded me of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
A lot, especially after the fact when you leave the city and you're like out in the wilderness, like in the snow and everything.
Walking around, yeah.
And I'll explain the beginning because my favorite part was after you get out of the city. But it's pretty cool because they go through this whole scene and you go through like all the locations that you were familiar with Destiny 1. And as a preface, before you even start the game, they do those memories.
That's pretty sweet.
Which is sweet because each story, like individual story of Destiny 1 that you played, they had like these caricature sketches of memories.
A little detail, but they're cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those tiny things that really make like a significant impact of the point where it's small and it probably didn't take a lot to do, but
you took the time to do it.
And it's way awesome and it benefited a lot.
Yeah.
So they have so if you played like the whole story of the original Destiny, and then let's say you got Taken King, and beat that story, so you'd have a memory of the main story and Taken King, because those were my 2 memories. So it was really cool, especially because it didn't do like just a memory of each map, like for everybody. It was memories of ones that you played specifically,
right?
Which was cool. But so like I was saying with the intro story, or the first mission, they have you go through, and everything is in ruins, like as you're running through this map because you're just getting attacked. And it's sweet because they put you through familiar locations, like to the point where you're on this like defense, like almost a tower defense type mission at the tower, like where you used
that was cool. Yeah,
because you're seeing this location in this arena where it's all torn apart and blown to shit, but the last time you saw this place, you were running around with all your friends, like in the social hub, going to see if you can get different weapons, different missions and stuff. And I thought that was really cool how they progressed through the entire, like all the locations that you knew and loved if you played Destiny 1 a lot. And then, like I said before, when you get outside of town and you run up on that first camp with all the dead Guardians around. And, and the ghost is like talking about how they're all dead because they can't defend themselves without their powers. And when the music is still playing with the violins while you're fighting the enemies, I love that shit.
Yeah, that was sick.
I absolutely love when games do that.
Yeah, the noises and the music are both superb.
I highly recommend if you can play the first mission, and if you have, it throws you right in because it doesn't even allow you to do anything else, which is also you should just play the campaign anyway. Yeah, but if you can I haven't played a lot of the other missions, but the first mission specifically, if you can play with headphones on, highly recommend, because that shit is so cool. And it's like, and it brings me back to Game of Thrones constantly, because Game of Thrones music is incredible. But mentioned,
they're your standard.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with those violins and pianos, it's just so awesome. But like I said, when you're fighting and the music's still going on, it's like it paints a really good picture of almost like in a movie where maybe someone witnesses a death of someone that they're really close to, and they get that kind of like that blood rage where in the movie, like, it drowns out the sound, but they're just fighting everyone. Yeah, that's the vibe I got, and just goosebumps when I was playing it. That shit was dope.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good.
Yeah, because you're a big PvE guy, right? PvE, if for those of you who don't know, PvP is player versus player, and then PvE is player versus environment.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I have a preference. It's just I didn't really get into the Crucible for this game. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
because I remember playing with you a few times in Destiny 1, the Crucible.
Yeah, I just didn't like it that much.
No? Was there a game mode that you liked more so than others?
In the Crucible?
Yeah. Control was a lot of fun.
Not really.
No?
I don't know. I just didn't really care.
Just all about raids and strikes?
Strikes, raids, and all the challenges and stuff. I just didn't really care about, I don't know. It's just, like the Crucible just didn't do anything for me. The only multiplayer that I really ever get into is Call of Duty or Halo.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
That's pretty much it. I mean, Rocket League, I guess, is all multiplayer, but I don't know. The Crucible just didn't do anything for me. I don't know. Strikes and raids are so much fun because you get sick-ass gear. Yeah. And I would much rather get way cooler stuff than shit all over 10-year-olds in the Crucible.
Yeah. I don't know. I get really into, because as soon as I could, I jumped into the Crucible. And last night, like, the connection was really bad, and I jumped into like 2 games in like 20 minutes. It sucked. But I always liked Crucible and like that PvP concept, because I don't know, like, especially with games like FIFA and Call of Duty, I get into that competitive aspect, and it really adds to a lasting value of a game if I can sit down and play multiplayer like I do with like on hours on end with games like Destiny and FIFA and Call of Duty and stuff. So it definitely adds to it, but I'm going to make a point with this Destiny 2 that I play more raids and strikes and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's to me, the lastability of a game is the complete opposite, because the multiplayer base fades, but the campaigns and all the other stuff never do. Yeah,
and see, that's why I wanted to do the shows, because like we talked about before, even with our top 5 favorite games, like we approach games and play way different games and get into way different stuff. So
for way different reasons too.
So that's going to be awesome, especially when we talk about the diverse games that we're going to play. So we're going to be able to go in depth with some pretty diverse games.
Show.
Yeah, so that's going to be what we're playing this week, and it's probably going to continue with the same game.
For a while, yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to go as hard as we possibly can in Destiny. It's going to be some serious grinding this weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm going to try to get in some different games so we can have some different things to talk about. But the more we progress in Destiny, I mean, it's the hot game right now. Everybody's playing it.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to avoid.
Yeah, exactly. And the more experiences we have, we'll be able to share them with you. And I'm sure you'll align along with us, because I would not doubt it. Yeah, too. You're probably playing at the same time we are. So now we're going to go into our stories of the week, our video game stories of the week. And the first one is that Nintendo recently lost a pretty big lawsuit.
Just a little one.
Yeah. So this is a story from IGN. All 3 of these stories are from IGN. One of our, probably the lonely source I look through for video game news. Them and GameSpot, probably. So it says, after suing Nintendo over the motion sensing accelerometers used for the Wii remotes. So it's not even the Wii remote itself.
Yeah, it's the technology inside of it.
Yeah. So like,
it basically makes you point it.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you ever played like a running game, like I know I played Sonic and Mario Olympics, Summer Olympics on the Wii, so much fun. But when you're like moving your hands to try and get some guy to sprint, that's the technology that they sued him for. And the company's name is iLife. It's probably one. Although I mean, I would say a patent troll, but I mean, they won a lawsuit and it was worth $10 million.
Yeah.
That's not a patent troll.
No.
Yeah. So Nintendo provided a statement. They said on August 31st, 2017, a jury in Texas found that certain Wii and Wii U video game systems and software bundles infringed a patent belonging to iLife Technologies Inc. related to detecting if a person has fallen down. So it's not even the technology with the accelerometer, it's the technology that detects if someone has fallen down. So the jury awarded iLife $10 million in damages. Nintendo disagrees with the decision, as Nintendo does not infringe on iLife's patent, and the patent is invalid. Nintendo looks forward to raising those issues with the district court and with the Court of Appeals. So, I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting because you have a big-time company like Nintendo, and like we said before, when you first look at it, you think, oh, it's probably a patent troll, but shit, if they're winning $10 million lawsuits against Nintendo...
I don't know. It's topic for another day, but patent lawsuits on software are just at a whole nother level
especially
now.
with a specific software like that.
I mean, I guess it's hardware too because
it's part of the Wii remote controller.
Yeah. So it's just tough because if you made something and someone uses it not for its intended purpose, do they owe you a royalty?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people would argue no. Because, I mean, like the gears in a clock, if I use that gear for something in my car, let's say that, do I really owe you a royalty? Like, no.
No, I wouldn't think so.
But at the same time, it's like, but they did invent the possibility for that to happen.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's a pretty weak lawsuit. So, if I were Nintendo, I'd be a little pissed off.
Yeah, I would definitely be pissed off.
But, I mean, $10 million to them, it's just like, fine.
Yeah. It's
whatever.
Profits from the last Mario game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the second story that I had comes from the Olympic Games. And the International Olympic Committee president was talking about, because there's a big push to get esports in the Olympics, because we were talking about earlier, esports are now in college level competitions
now,
where kids are getting quote unquote athletic scholarships, because I'm sure,
and they are selling out stadiums.
Yeah, because people like League of Legends, Dota 2,
legitimately, it's not. It sounds nuts.
Yeah,
but this is a legit ass thing.
When you've seen it, I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen a few events of League of Legends in particular on ESPN.
Oh, I mean, they're on Big Ten Network now.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's absolutely insane. But I mean, good for them. So so he notes the rise in popularity of esports, but then pretty much he's talking about. I'm just trying to find if I can find an exact quote here. Basically, the theme of the story is he is all for esports to getting in the Olympics, but he doesn't want any violence to be a part of the games with the Olympics. So even games like Overwatch, he said that they would go too far in terms of violence. And I was just wondering your thoughts on, do you think we'll ever see, like, me personally, this is how I think we should settle wars. We should just put 6 or 10 on 10 10 on 10 PUBG. Just the best Americans, the best.
Damn it.
Yeah, let's go current
you
events.
win, Uganda.
Yeah, 10 players. We'll even do PUBG size. So you get like 90 guys, 45 United States players, 45 North Korean players. And then you have them battle it out.
Just duke it out.
Yeah, who needs Trump? Who needs Kim Jong-un? Just settle it on the Player Unknown's battlegrounds.
So do you think they should add esports to the Olympics?
I mean,
because I'm gonna take a hard no.
A hard no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, by all means, I would accept an argument and agree with an argument of not allowing it because of the non-athletic part of esports.
Yeah.
By no means am I discrediting people that are professional gamers. I mean, because obviously that is
it's fine.
Legitimate thing.
You make a career into it. It's just the fact that you put esports, I don't think is the validation that, now you get to go to the Olympics because we put sports in it. It's not throwing shade. It's just, listen, sports involve physical activity. They always have. They always will. The original Olympics back in the Greek days involved physical activity. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing. Like, it sounds dumb, but I just think that tradition it's a physical activity. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your own world tournaments. Absolutely do it. But it's just the idea that
not for gold medals.
Yeah, and somebody just happened to put the tagline and call the encapsulating of all esports.
Yeah.
What if they called it something else?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it was any other term other than sports, would we be really talking about, maybe we should have them in the Olympics? I don't know. I just think that's a little bit too much of a stretch.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me personally, I'm not going to tune into NBC and be like, we're watching the gold medal watch. We have Japan versus the U.S. in a Rocket League battle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get into it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
But if people there is a base. I mean this wholeheartedly. There is a huge fan base, but just keep it the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Build your leagues and build your own empire because it's huge and it's only going up from here. That's for sure.
Because they were talking about, I think they're already in the process of establishing professional Overwatch leagues, and to the point where they're going to have city-sponsored teams.
Yeah,
so it's like you're going to have a Detroit-based Overwatch team.
Yeah, that's
a Detroit-based Rocket League team.
Yeah, and like go do that.
Yeah.
Do that. That's awesome.
That's way dope.
Like, no, I'm not like it's not throwing shade. It's just Olympics is just a different. Like that's just not.
Yeah,
that's not the right fit.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
It's just different, and it might just be me being a huge douche hater.
No, I don't think
but
so.
It's just like. It's just that isn't the fit. That doesn't fit the mold.
Because, like you said, I mean, don't make it a part of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Make the esports world championships.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well, and also, why not just make your own Olympics where it's like, okay, well, we can't be in the physical Olympics. We'll just have a bunch of different games.
Yeah.
And like, we'll get the best of like Mario Karters and then but whatever. Like, that's fine.
Can you imagine these guys walking out with all the other Olympians?
That's what
you got like the
LeBron
you got the United States like basketball team where like the 200-meter relay dudes are just like ripped and huge, and then you got like four
kid brought his Razer mouse.
Yeah, four tiny dudes with like keyboards and mouses with glasses and hot pockets. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I thought about that too. That'd be really funny.
Yeah, with the intro ceremony and everything. So yeah, I agree. I definitely think that even if you're doing sports like the best example for an esport that I think that could reach that level, not the Olympic level, but like on a world championship level, would be Rocket League. And that's a sport
sport-based
game.
Non-violent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what because he was talking about they would consider bringing games to the Olympic Games, but
without I just meant
ones that are based around sporting games.
Right.
So seeing that at that level, I totally lost my train of thought where I was going with it, but I mean, I could definitely see it reaching that capability.
Yeah.
But like we said, I think a world championships and making it its own thing.
That's the thing. It's just they just should find their own avenue.
Yeah,
exactly. They shouldn't go into one that's already established because I don't think it fits, and also because you can do a lot more for what you need to get done. Because let's be honest, if you go to the Olympics, you're gonna get shit on by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Why not create your own thing? Do exactly what you are doing it the right way already. Just don't break in to something else that's just not gonna work for you.
Yeah.
I don't think Olympics would help it in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, it just it's just not the right fit.
No, yeah.
So the last story is kind of a fun one, but pretty shocking if you ask me. This is according to Nintendo, Mario is no longer a plumber.
He lost his job. He got fired.
He got fired.
That sucks.
And it's in fact that he hasn't been a plumber for a very long time. The quote from Nintendo is Mario's description page on Nintendo's website. It says in an official profile of Mario on Nintendo's Japanese site, the hero is described as all-around sporty, whether it's tennis or baseball, soccer, car racing.
All-around sporty.
Yeah. Mario does everything cool. As a matter of fact, he also seems to have worked as a plumber a long time ago.
Whoa.
So to everyone's
Wait, what about Luigi?
I don't think they
Wow.
I don't think they mentioned Luigi.
Everyone forgets about Luigi.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Congrats, Mario.
Well, he probably has a profile too, but I guess just the big story was Mario not being a plumber anymore.
Mario, all around good guy.
Yeah, he just lost his job being a plumber, and it's kind of funny because I wonder because this was like a pretty big story, and it was kind of funny how everyone was
freaking out about it.
Yeah, it was like, what? We thought he was a plumber this whole time. What are you even saying?
What was he doing?
Yeah,
saving Princess Peach, man.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, plumbers can save princesses, right?
Yeah. Isn't that their job?
Yeah, I mean. They save princesses and solve your intense plumbing.
And kill evil turtles?
Yeah. Or get evil clogs out of the toilet.
Yeah. I don't know.
Bowser's just shoving golf balls down there. He's trying to get them out. Damn it, Bowser, I told you not to put golf balls in the toilet anymore.
Sorry.
Sorry. So now we're going to go into our topic of the show.
Yes.
And like we mentioned before, this is mainly surrounding Destiny 2.
Take a big old shit over Destiny.
Yes.
Actually, just not Destiny, Bungie.
Yeah. It's the concept behind
it's more on Bungie than it is Destiny.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard, the part of what we're going to kind of rant about in Destiny 2 is the new concept they are approaching with shaders. And if you don't know what shaders are in particular.
Because I forgot what they were.
Yeah, because the most simplest way I can put it is shaders are the different colors you can make your equiment and your guns and stuff.
And And that's actually already a new point because shaders used to not be equipment and guns. It was one color scheme for everything.
Yeah, you equipped one and it colors all of your equipment, and even when you get new equipment, it just, when you put it on, it just updates it with the new color and everything. So the new concept that Bungie introduced in Destiny 2, and I didn't even know this until I read the story because we haven't gotten far enough to have shaders yet. So what the idea is that they put into it is that shaders are now consumables, quote unquote, which means that once you get I'll just go with an example. That's the best way to describe it. So let's say you get a new helmet. Let's say I just complete a multiplayer match and I get a helmet in the loot.
And anyone that hasn't played Destiny, you basically get like helmet, arms, boots, belts, pants, the whole shebang.
I think if I'm remembering the menu, I think it's 8 different equipment options.
If I'm whatever it correctly. Whatever it is.
So, for example, let's say you get a new helmet and you say, okay, this is a dope helmet, high level. I got a sweet shader too. I got a nice, let's say, black and red shader. It's super badass. You're like, all right, my helmet's going to look sick in this. Throw the shader on the helmet. And then 10 minutes later, you play 2 more games and you get an even doper helmet. And you're like, oh man, that would look even sweet on my shader.
Nope.
Oh, wait.
Screw you.
The shader is gone because it's a consumable and you can only use it once.
But, because I'll get into my riff in a minute. But what do you do if you want to get more shaders?
Yeah, so you can, I mean, the director for Destiny 2 released a statement, and I'll read that in a second, but how you get other shaders, they pretty much explain it that through raids and through progression of the game, you can get other shaders, but there's another way where you can get shaders, and that's
really?
through
Is there?
Microtransactions.
Oh.
And if you don't know...
All I have to do is buy new shaders?
Yeah, you have to spend money in a game which you just spent $60 on.
That's not that bad.
No.
Fuck yourself, Bungie.
And just wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Infomercial style.
Yeah.
Not only do you have to spend money to get shaders, you don't even know which shader you're picking. You're spending the money to get a loot box that has a random shader.
Just that concept just makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
Yeah, because I remember, and the point is, to the point where I can understand microtransactions because they're a part of games now. Gaming companies would almost be stupid not to do it. To an extent, though, this is too much. When you're restricting a player from obtaining a color that they want just to customize your character.
Yeah.
And with how much, and if you've played Destiny before, you know how much you cycle through equipment, especially starting out.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Until I'm like the highest level, I'm not going to want to apply in a shader ever.
Even if you aren't cycling like you are at the beginning, when you get to like high levels, like when everything's over 300 and stuff, you're still getting new equipment quite often.
Yeah.
Like it's not easy. The first beef I had that I thought of, because obviously I was like, okay, they're being money grabbing assholes, but now I got to get a shader for everything that I fucking own. That's going to be such a bitch.
Yeah, if you want to have your equipment all be the same color, you have to get 8 different versions of that shader.
That is fucking nuts.
And you can only use it once. So let's say you finally get all your equipment done on one shader and you're like...
And you get one new piece of equipment that's better.
Yeah.
Then
your whole system's fucked.
Well, then
you gotta win another one.
Well, I mean, you just gotta get the same shader again.
Yeah. But there's no way to seek out like specific shaders.
They just happen, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just got to have them stockpiled.
Yeah, and it's another thing because I was listening to the Kind of Funny channel, and they're one of my, like I said last episode, they're one of my favorite sources for like not like big time company video game news. Like their spins on it, I like. But they were talking about, and I totally agree with, if you were to have a list. Because we joke about microtransactions sometimes. It's like, oh, it's $1. Fuck that, dude. I don't have enough money for that.
Yeah.
But if they were to have like, okay, let's say you go to the shopkeeper and they have like just a big like display of shaders. And they're like, okay, if you want a sweet, like for me, like a purple and black one, like a purple or pink and white one would be sweet. If you want one of those, then you have to pay like $1.50. And if they were to do that, I would totally be okay with that. Because if there's a certain color that I really, really like and say, okay, you can't really get this shader on purpose by any way. You can maybe get it if you do a raid or something, but you can get it right now, right here for $1.50. I would even be okay with that because I find a color I like and I would stick with that. And the thing is that a bunch of people argue with, oh, I want to change. Like I used to change my color all the time in Destiny. I would stay the same color. My beef is that you're constantly getting an equipment. So if you want to keep the same color, that's cool, but you can't do it. Literally
Yeah.
can't do it unless you have just stockpiles of these shaders.
And we don't know how easy they are to come by in the regular game.
Yeah.
I got to assume it's not that common. It's probably common, but to get the ones that you want is probably fucking really annoying. And the thing is, they could have just done this entire concept, but just with one piece of equipment.
Yeah.
If they did this just with like guns, I think that it wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Or even if they had the consumable shader idea, but still have the concept where you have one shader that affects your entire color.
Yeah. Then it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, like that's essentially like one item.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, okay,
So
I
if
get
you're-
that.
So if you're going the consumable route, don't make it for every fucking piece of equipment.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So the director of Destiny 2, obviously this was
hit me, Bruja.
Yeah, this was a gigantic deal, and to the point where I don't know much about Reddit, and you were saying that it wasn't as big a deal as I thought it was initially, but the main Reddit on Twitter that has like I think upwards of like 300,000. What are Reddit post follower consider?
That's not a big deal.
No. Okay. Well, I mean, it's the most popular Destiny Reddit. Put it that way. Whatever.
It's probably
r/gaming. Yeah.
But.
Or it's r/Destiny the game. I think I read it. But either way, the main post of the most popular post about this whole situation, the dude explaining everything that's going on and how they want to boycott microtransactions until Bungie just straight up changes it.
Yeah.
And it has over like 41,000
upvotes.
Yeah, upvotes. And it's like, regardless of how much or how little that might mean, I mean, that's a shitload of people on the same page.
If anyone's going to get something done with gaming community stuff, it's going to be on Reddit.
Yeah,
no matter what. And that's not a joke. Like, they will make it happen.
Yeah.
Because that's your base.
Yeah, exactly. And it obviously worked because it was to the point where the director of Destiny 2 released a statement.
Had to do something.
Yeah. So I'll read a statement. It was in a series of tweets. He had 4 tweets and explained the whole situation. So he says, quote, "Shaders are earned through gameplay, leveling, chess, engrams, and vendors. We expect you to be flush with shaders as you continue to play. When you reach level 20, shaders will drop more often, vendor rewards, destination play, and endgame activities." And then he says, shaders are now an ongoing reward for playing. Customization will inspire gameplay, and that's the big quote. Each planet has a unique armor and shader rewards. And he says, with Destiny 2, we want statements like, quote, "I want to run the raids, trials, or go back to Titan to get more of its shader to be possible." So it's like, he said that in a way that he wants Destiny 2 players to say that. And the thing is that
I do understand.
Yeah, I
get it.
Yeah, I see the concept behind what they're going for, but
they're doing it the wrong way.
Absolutely.
It's just not that hard. Like, whoever came up with this idea is a business-minded individual.
Yeah.
It's just not even close.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It's
like, guys, we can make a shitload of money doing this.
Yeah, so we're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's identical. It'd be like in Overwatch. A good analogy, because I was thinking about this, it'd be like in Overwatch if you didn't have preloaded skins for your characters and they could just come in loot boxes essentially, but everything that could be broken apart in it, basically you use once and it's gone forever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people would like go apeshit.
Yeah.
What's fuck's next? And I mean, you saw this with EA with FIFA. They do Ultimate Team. Everything's fucking sweet. And then they start price gouging and they say, okay, well, we're going to put literal price ranges that we predetermine and basically force you to buy FIFA points.
And that's even worse because they're forcing you to buy packs because that's the only way you get good players.
Yeah.
Because the coins you get after each game
and now shaders, we expect you to be flush with shaders. Why even bother though?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. At some point, it's like, but why do you have to release a statement on Twitter saying what you expect for players to have when players are already bitching about it?
Yeah, like you're getting this much negative attention from multiple gaming outlets. I mean, I followed like 4 or 5 different gaming sites, GameSpot, Games Radar, Game Informer. Every single account and website had an article about this today, and every single one of the tweets had the words "Destiny fans are pissed" in it.
Yeah.
So, and it's the fact of you're restricting from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, we talked about there's not a whole lot different with the core gameplay.
Yeah.
But if you're going to change something,
that was the weirdest thing to change.
And such a huge, like a big fuck up. Like, if you're going to change something else, just keep that. It seems like such an easy win.
It's so funny because it's such a little change in like the grand scheme of the game that because you decided to change it really fucks everything. Like makes it a huge deal. Because if someone were to say like, oh, they're going to do a new shading system, I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But then you just fuck it up so bad that it's like I have to force myself now to be angry because that's stupid as hell.
And anything with customization, you should never have to restrict behind physical money.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get like power-ups for a game or something, like if you're going on a big raid and you want to like buy power-ups, and like even when you talk about the consumable concept, have those be consumables where they're one-time points, not to the fact where if you want to try out a different, I mean, I haven't seen the shaders. They better damn well give you a preview. If they don't provide you with a preview of what it looks like, at least I'll fucking throw it out of the system like a damn Frisbee. Like, holy shit. If they, because I would hate games, because I think it wasn't Destiny 1 because they would provide you with previews. You'd have to press a button first, but there was, I forget what game exactly, but they would have customization. It would have a color, and you would have to purchase it in order to see what it looked like. And it's like,
sick.
I think I saw a screen of the new shader screen, and I think it showed previews. So
I mean, it kind of has to.
It has. If you're going to make it a consumable, like, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be able to let me see what it'll look like.
And the thing is, it is cool that he says, like, oh, each planet has their own shaders. Okay, then make those hard to find and get.
That's, like, the shader itself is fine, but make it a permanent thing like it was in Destiny 1.
I feel like that tweet is like, you guys just don't understand the system, and I want to be like, no. You don't understand why people are actually mad.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, you're going to be flush with them. Shut your goddamn mouth.
Oh, shit.
Are you? Oh, no. It'll be fine. Just play the game.
Yeah.
Just keep playing. Just keep playing the game. Play the game right now. Just keep playing. Keep playing. Buy the shaders. Buy the money.
Money. They're all just Scrooge McDuckin at Activision.
Yeah, dude.
But it's just like,
that's such a big fuck you in the dumbest way possible.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, the one lone credit I'll give them is they responded in general. Because,
which is great.
Yeah, because if you're a developer, I mean, it's even to the point where, like, a small little channel like us, if we were to make a fuck up and, like, to the point where we regret doing whatever we did or said or whatever it was or may be, at least they came out and addressed it and say, okay, if anything, it sounds a little dickish by, like, he's also almost telling the viewers and the fans and the players that they're playing the game wrong, essentially. Like, don't worry about it. Just keep playing. Yeah, like you said, just keep
just shut up and keep playing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, and
just keep spending money and keep playing. And I just want to be like, well, guess what? You're all pumped because Destiny 2 sales are going up. Destiny 3 is going to fucking flop on its face if you lose every single fan.
And the thing is that another thing that they were talking about with the Kind of Funny guys that it was a really good point was it's such an easy, like, even if they were to come out and say, and just switch the system and, like, change it back to how it was, this game is outrageously popular. Every other part of the game, like on all the articles and all the posts that I've seen about people bitching, like, oh, fuck this shader system, it's so terrible.
Everything else is great.
The rest of the game is dope. Like, this is an awesome game. And it's just like, if you were Activision and Bungie, you have this massively successful game that is worldwide. I mean, people all around the world are playing it. You would make this adjustment, and why have this on your back as like a monkey on your back?
Yeah.
Like, okay, everyone loves this game, and there's so many good parts about this game, but I didn't see 20 articles today about how good the game is.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to get remembered.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that people are going to remember about Destiny 2 is like, did they fuck up that shader system?
He can say, like, all gamers are making mountains out of molehills. It's like, then get rid of the fucking molehill.
Yeah.
Like, 41,000 upvotes on Reddit. Is it, like, the most of all time? No. But that's it's not significant in the grand scheme of things, but it's significant enough that it's like, it's not just a group of people that are being nitpicky.
No.
It's not people.
41,000 people are on the same page.
Yeah. Like, you saw it with Mass Effect with the stupid fucking scenes
the facial
when people
animations
freak out.
Yeah.
You see it with Fallout with all the glitches.
The crab walk that they showed. I saw that GIF.
Like,
hilarious.
There's certain things that games do when they mess up, and some of them are worse than others. Why be in that group?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you hit it out of the park.
Yeah, and not to mention your company like Activision and Bungie, just shitloads of money. I mean, Activision, Rockstar, and Naughty Dog, like, they're just shitting money.
Last time I checked, Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain doesn't have a big old fucking, oh my god, they really messed up on this part.
They definitely did not. And you have Activision, it's like, you just have Call of Duty in your arsenal too, so you are flush with money, and the one thing that people bitch about the most about your game is microtransactions, where you're trying to squeeze
Right.
penny out of people that just paid $63 for your fucking game.
Yeah, dude. Can you just relax a little bit? And the thing is, people are starting to get pissed off at pre-orders. People are starting to get pissed off at freemium model apps, and people are getting pissed off at these whatever like DLC encapsulate, whatever microtransactions, DLC, everything.
Yeah.
Something will break. And if you're a company like PUBG or Rocket League who make your games for cheaper and have, well, I don't know if PUBG does, but Rocket League, there are stuff you can purchase, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like, it's
Yeah,
just,
there's no microtransactions in PUBG.
yeah, that's what I figured. So, and I mean, in Rocket League, like there is, but it doesn't matter.
If it's cosmetic stuff, like I was saying, if you're going to have me pay for a specific shader and specific color I want, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll totally do it.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Yeah.
But not if I'm going to...
I mean, I won't, but
Yeah, right.
the principle of it, I don't care.
Yeah, no, and it's not like I'm spending like $25
Yeah.
on like 20 shaders, but it's just like if there's that one that I really, really like, and it's like, I mean, I could play the entire game and maybe never get it, or get it right now, right here for
I'll
$1.50.
never do it.
It's just too much.
Even if it's $1, I'm like, no,
Yeah,
nope, not doing it.
Yeah, but it's just, it's absolutely unreal. And
Stupid.
I had another thing. Oh yeah, when it comes, you referenced DLC in particular. Do you think? Because I understand to a certain extent, like map packs, like Battlefield and Call of Duty does. Because one, if it takes more time in development and more time in production to create those maps and then release it, that I totally understand. And when you have games like Battlefield and Call of Duty where they're year-long installments, people are going to, if it's the same maps upwards of 6 months, like with Call of Duty, people are going to get bored of them. So
Yeah.
to the extent with DLC, I get it to the point where you're pushing out more maps so people, A, keep playing your game, or B,
Yeah.
come back to play your game. Because if you're,
Well-
for example, your favorite game, Fallout, let's say you just binge the shit out of Fallout 4, beat the entire game in its
Yeah,
entirety for
right.
100 hours. You're like, oh man, that game was amazing. And then 2 weeks after you do all that, this says, oh, Far Harbor DLC is coming out. You're like, holy shit, I want to play that game.
The big thing with DLC is it kind of depends on the game, because the only DLC I've ever bought were for Halo, Call of Duty, and both those were map packs.
Map packs, yeah.
But that's because I played multiplayer a lot. So I do understand for DLC, like I was going to say Fallout, because it's a whole new campaign.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
for
that's
me,
single player content.
well, and for me, it's like, if you're going to make DLC, it better be like a new game. And to me, that means campaigns. But I do understand that for some games, multiplayer is such a bigger part that people want to pay for those map packs, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that, but not $30.
No.
Like, that's fucked.
And Destiny DLCs like the Taken King, that shit was like $40.
Yeah. And this season pass bullshit where
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, at this rate, like we're gonna start spending $100 on games.
Yeah.
Because one thing that's driving me nuts now, because I remember back in the day when games first made the jump to $50, and it was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
We're going to spend $50 on games, but now it's the standard edition and the gold edition and
gold
the
edition,
legendary
yeah.
edition. And I'm looking at these things, and they'll be like, oh, well, you can get the standard. Well, what's the best one? Oh, legendary. It's at $119.99. What?
Yeah.
Like $120 for one game
Yeah.
and like some expansion pack? Like, go fuck yourself.
I mean, I guess if you're really into a franchise and you like, because some of them like include like art books and like sculptures and stuff like that, and some people get into that stuff, which I
get
get.
it.
But it's the DLC and the, like with FIFA, you play an extra $20 and you get like a free gold pack every week. But the gold pack you get, especially with that
It's
like
shitty.
pre-order DLC, is shitty.
Yeah.
Like the
It's all
most you're
gold
getting is like an
packs.
80 rating player and a bunch of like fitness cards.
There's people that spend like $100 and literally never get one over like an 82.
Yeah.
And it's like, seriously?
Yeah, because I was going to ask you the last question kind of, I mean, I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to branch off in a more of a topic about microtransactions and
Right,
DLC
yeah.
in general, because it's definitely a hot topic today because a lot of games are taking advantage of this microtransaction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's because it makes a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
And I blame apps completely.
Freemium apps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Clash of Clans, the Canadian devil.
it's, I mean, it works.
Yeah.
There's no denying that it works.
Yeah, and do you think in terms of, okay, let's say we talk about Call of Duty and Battlefield more in particular because those are kind of well-known standards that for having map packs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Battlefield 1, Battlefield 1's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, first-person shooter ever, especially multiplayer. And the map packs they come out, the maps and the graphics and everything, they're just ridiculous. I played the first French expansion with Battlefield 1 so much.
But $15, I'm good.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm good.
And with 4 maps that you can play Conquest on, and
I'd
Conquest
prefer
maps
10.
are huge.
I'd prefer 10.
Yeah.
But
I'd prefer
maybe
3.
5. Maybe nothing. Maybe you pay me.
Yeah,
But
pay me for your DLC.
I think 15's fair. 10 is ideal.
Well, do you think, and this is what my branch question was going to be, and this is what I brought up with, I get why they do map packs to keep people involved throughout the year of their, like the entirety of their game. But if the company came to you and said, okay, you can pay $60 for this game, but you can pay like almost like a season pass type thing, but you get it all at once. So it's like, okay, you take the Call of Duty season pass with, I think it's 16 new maps, or maybe like 12 or something like that, but you get them on launch day. Would you pay $100 for a Call of Duty with, as opposed to maybe, let's say, 8 maps with
No.
16?
No.
No? And see, like, and a bunch of people have brought up this idea, and I would think, depending on the game, obviously, but it's almost like if you're really into a game, especially like a game like Battlefield, with how much I am into Battlefield, those map packs are almost like a refresher. Like we were talking about.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it's not the idea of, oh, I want everything up front.
Mm-hmm.
It's the company wants to keep you interested, but I also want to get re-interested.
Yeah.
Because I buy new maps because I'm like, oh, I've already played them all.
Yeah.
I want the new maps.
Yeah.
But so I like that. I don't have an issue with. It's just I don't want to spend more. Like I don't want to buy a game to just spend more money on a game later. I want to buy it and be done with it.
Because that's people's argument, is that they think that, especially companies like Activision and EA, Electronic Arts. I mean, obviously EA is one of the most hated companies in the country, but their concept behind putting it all out at once is they think that developers have this stuff made, but they're holding it out of the real game in order to put installments like this throughout the year, so they get people to buy the $50 season pass.
Right. And it's just, that's so lame.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I would be down, because like I said, with a game like Battlefield, I played it a lot when it first came out, and then I actually like took a break, and then I saw like a trailer for the new map packs, and the maps look sweet.
Yeah, and you're like, oh yeah, sweet.
Yeah, and then I got it, played the maps, and got into Battlefield and played it a shitload.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can do it effectively and like that, and if it's concrete things that you're getting with your money, like maps, maybe even a new game mode, especially with when you talk about Call of Duty in particular, with like maybe a new zombies map.
Yeah. Zombie maps are huge.
Yeah, when you get concrete stuff that you can play over and over again, that's one thing. But if you're telling me that I have to pay microtransactions, physical money in a game that I just paid $60 for to have a chance at a shader that I want.
I will say this. The term box or loot box, whatever you want to call, should never be involved in microtransactions.
It's the same thing with FIFA.
Because if I'm spending real money, I don't want to guess. I don't want chance.
Exactly.
I don't want anything.
I'm not going to a casino. I'm playing a fucking video game.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm spending $5, whatever it is, I want to fucking buy something that I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to, oh, well, maybe you'll get one. Shut up.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. If you put up a thing of 60 shaders and say they're each $1.50, I'd be like, boom, you got $10 of my money.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But it's like, they do it, and it's so obvious that they do it on purpose when they, especially when you talk about like 50% of the problem and the 50% of the people that are just super pissed could be eliminated by getting rid of loot boxes.
Yeah. Altogether.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking dumb.
Yeah. It's basically a crap, like you're on a craps table. And it's like, all right, $1.50. Hope I get black and yellow. Oh,
and can you
I got
only
red and
for
white.
those loot boxes? Because I don't know. Can you get them with Glimmer, or is it only with real money? I'm assuming you can get them right.
With the shaders in particular, the ones because you can get shaders like he said you can get them from missions and stuff.
But the loot box, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only get them with microtransactions.
It's just so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
And I will say this is, I loved Destiny through and through.
Like we said, it's still a great game.
Yeah, but this would legitimately be enough for me to contemplate returning it.
Really?
And just be like, matter of principle.
Yeah.
Just because there's so many other dope games that it's like, I can put yours back on the shelf and tell you to go fuck off.
Yeah. And I mean, if I mean, I don't know, because obviously a bunch of other people have played this game way more than us. And if he's tweeting that you're going to be flush with shaders, but people are still pissed, obviously that can't be as true as he thinks it is.
Yeah. But again, I get the idea. I think it's fucking so cool. Oh, I go to this world and I get different shaders. Blah, blah. I go to this world. I get
because you can
sweet.
show to other people. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that dude's been to that world. That's pretty dope.
That's cool. But you know what you do? You leave it at that.
Yeah, make it all one.
Yeah, like, okay, so when you play the game, you get cool shaders at this planet. That's fine. But you don't loot box. Oh, everything has it. Like,
And the one-time use.
Oh
like,
my god! I just
anything with customization that you can use at a single use is so dumb.
Stupid.
You never
So
see
stupid.
anything like that in any other game. Period.
That's so stupid. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck you.
like I said, yeah, exactly. And the thing is,
Big
the thing that
ol'
I hate
fuck you.
the most is that I'm still gonna go up after we record this and play more Destiny.
Yeah,
And it's
dude,
like,
yeah,
damn
no
you,
shit, yeah.
damn you, Activision, you fucking evil
But
Scrooge
like I
McDucks.
said, if it's like a couple months down the road, and a couple years down the road.
Yeah, it was a couple years down the road.
If it's a couple of months down the road though, and this is like really pissing me off, I have no problem just saying fuck off.
Yeah, and like we were saying, it'd be so if they were to come out and
And
say,
if we take a stand here, it's over.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we're changing the world.
yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that Activision heads are gonna see our podcast,
Yeah.
but it would be so easy for them
To just not be
because like just come out and say it's like we tried a new thing, we fucked it up, it was really
Sorry.
bad,
Yeah,
sorry,
and the
we'll
thing is,
fix it.
And if you take responsibility, not only will you remedy the people that are mad, but I think you'd actually gain a lot more people because they'd be like, wow, they listen.
Yeah,
Holy
they listen
shit.
because as like gamers and in the gaming community,
You just want a voice
a
to be
company
heard.
to that big, like it's one thing if you make a recommendation to like an indie studio
Yeah.
and they make that change.
Yeah.
But a company like Activision and a game on a global scale like Destiny, if they're talking about changing concept that they know they messed up and listening to fans' feedback and just doing that change and especially admitting to it, that would go such a long way.
Yeah. Maybe not more people, but people would understand. Because I'm like, well, I'm just thinking about Reddit and the top comments would probably be like, yeah, because they knew they fucked up so bad.
Yeah, exactly. No,
But
people would
still-
definitely still be pissed.
But still, they would. I think it'd be overall. I think people would respect it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was going to say too. The people would be pissed, but they'd sure as hell respect it.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to let us know what you think about this giant Destiny debacle, let us know in the comments section below. Or as
Yes.
always, go to patreon.com/TJENT and let us know your response. If you donate $1, $2, $5, or $10, you'll get yourself on the show because we'll always be glad to rant more about Destiny.
No shit.
Yeah. So there you have it, everybody. There is Straight Gaming with your boys Tom and Joey, episode 2. If you want to get in on the show and let us know what you're playing, go to patreon.com/TJENT and post on that wall. And you'll get on the show and let us know what you're playing because we'd love to know.
Yep.
Because we would really want to play some different games and get our collection diversified.
Yes. I agree.
Thanks for joining, everybody. We hope you enjoy Straight Gaming, and we got many more to come. Hopefully, not as much rant
Yeah.
next time.
Hopefully, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next week, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace.